drop.
Oh, hello, everyone. Where's this camera? We're on one camera today. So
that one, I assume.
that only camera. I'm like, where should I look? Gayan staring into it. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Bad Moms. You know, this is where the raw, unfiltered conversations happen. And today we have none other than the wonderful Gayan Berberyan, who's a blogger, mommy blogger. Yeah, can I call you that?
I get it.
Digital creator.
You know what? Content creator.
Content creator.
Let's go with that.
We'll umbrella the term.
Yeah.
Content creator. And she creates content for moms, housewives, people who own a home, who want to maybe organize themselves a little bit more. That's how I view you. So
thank you.
If I'm, that's my perception of her blog. So
yeah.
I
did move. I will say it was all mom stuff. Then I went private on one account and moved it all onto a public account where I don't show the kids as much anymore.
Yeah.
And now it's more home organizing, decluttering, tips and tricks or motivation, whatever you want to call it. So there was the two accounts.
Well, I love it. We're all here for it. You have a large and strong fan base. People want your opinions about...
I guess so.
about lifestyle. And
yes.
So we're here for it. Welcome.
All right, thank you.
By the way, Gayan is Emma's auntie.
Hi, Emma. Little niece. So cute.
Auntie G in the house. She's going to chill with us until she can't chill with us no more.
Okay.
So
let's hope she stays.
Yeah. All right. So, Gayan, first of all, what motivated you to even look into decluttering? Right? Is this something that was a part of your personality growing up, or did something develop?
It's something obviously that came from our household.
Okay.
Whether it's decluttering, being organized, and all that stuff, it was definitely a household thing. Because if you guys think my house looks clutter-free and organized, you should see my mom's, you should see my sister's. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a family thing. But also my husband, he's not any way messy or, a hoarder, as I would say. So that's good. Trying to teach the kids now, because they have those tendencies to hoard onto things because they're kids. They'll keep a rock if they have to. Mm-hmm. So it was definitely something we just grew up with. And now, more than ever, I want less things in my house. I just want less things because of the mental energy and time it takes just to put things away, organize it, figure it out. So I have this thing where it's like you pay for it at the store, but then you're paying for it again at home with your time. You're paying for it again with your energy. And literally every tiny item uses up our energy. So having less, I'm not into having to have seasonal decor every season. And,
I remember seeing that post.
Yeah, because last year's stuff is just fine. Like, one or two things is fine. Everything doesn't need a new, every season, every holiday, I don't need new things. You can rewear the same clothes. It's okay to wear the same things if you haven't outgrown it and they're not messy or they're not old. Why are we... it's the overconsumption to me that's really turned me off from having so much, that I always wanted to share that. And I said, I feel like I hear from people, I hear from friends and family, like, why is your house always this way? Why can't mine be like that? And I think you asked me too recently, like, what am I doing? And I was like, you got to throw things out.
Yeah, definitely. Because you're like, okay, I know that I know how to clean, but do I really know how to clean?
Yeah.
Because what am I holding on to as I'm cleaning?
Clean is different, right? You can be a messy person, but clean is different. Yeah. You do your daily cleaning. I think most people do their daily cleaning, wipe stuff down, wash your dishes, vacuum your floors, all that stuff. But when it comes to stuff...
Go, baby.
Aw, she's got to leave now.
You're too curious for it.
Okay.
Right now. Love you. Have fun.
Bye, Emma.
I love you. I'll see you. You complete me, mini me. Oh, I love you.
Oh, now I forgot what I was saying.
You can clean
You can clean
and be messy.
and be, you're either or, I guess,
Yeah.
whatever. You can work on it. But clutter, I don't think people understand how overwhelming your mind's gonna feel by constantly having things out, constantly having things to figure out where to put. And, that's draining.
That is draining.
That is draining that you don't realize probably why you're so drained in your own home.
You're right. You're right. Because if you are thinking about what to do with that, and if you're not thinking about what to do with that, then you're thinking about other things that you should be thinking about instead.
Yeah, like if things are out and about, like you're looking at your house and it's like, well, there's this here and there's it and this here. Like, I don't know where to put it. And then it becomes overwhelming and then you just stop doing it. As it starts piling up, you don't know which corner to tackle, so you stop. Like, you don't know where to start. And I always suggest start with one tiny corner, but always keep those corners clean. Throw it away. If, you need to spend 10 minutes while something's boiling, spend that 10 minutes in one drawer.
Right.
Like, that's one thing you can do and tackle today, but make sure you keep it that way. Don't keep bringing things in. So I think people forget it's not just declutter, it's don't bring it in again. Get rid of it.
What do you say about like things that hold quote unquote sentimental value?
I know people say that, and I keep things, of course, that do, but not everything needs to have sentimental value.
Like what can have
like I have
sentimental
my
value?
kids' baby stuff. I have things from our wedding, let's say. Like, those are great. But then I'm not going to say, oh, well, this present was given by this family member and it's a toy my child has not looked at. Like, why am I keeping that? For who?
Yeah.
It was already bought. They played with it. That's done with. I don't care who gave it at this point because that person probably doesn't even remember they gave it. So things of that sort, sentimental value, let's say they had plushies when they were babies. Well, one or two is more than enough if it's important from their birth. Like, why
Yeah.
am I keeping every single
Where do
one?
you keep that though?
I have boxes.
Boxes.
Oh, I have it. I mean, again,
So just put away.
yeah, put away. But
It's like, I'm gonna box this up and put it in the corner of my heart.
put it away.
Yeah.
But there's definitely that issue where I think people might come into, it's like, I'm organizing all day. Why does it feel messy, right? Why does
Yeah.
it feel decluttered? Because you're organizing your clutter.
Okay.
You're literally moving your clutter from one bin to another. You're putting it into drawers and never seeing it again. Now those drawers are overflowing, they're filled up, and you open something up, or your counter or your garage or whatever, and I'm going to go ahead and say most of it is junk that you're never going to need.
Yeah.
You're never going to miss if it's not there. And if you are, then definitely hold on to it. I mean, I'm not living like a minimalist, but I'm aware of what I have out and what I'm buying and what I'm keeping.
Everything has 100% value and use if it's in your home.
Yes. And
at
so
the
there
time.
are definitely things that don't. Maybe I haven't figured out what to do with them, but they have a place.
Yeah.
They're not just thrown out for me to look at every day and mentally drain myself.
So let's talk about the mental drainage. Why do people have such a hard time disciplining their mind? And you had an easier time disciplining your mind. Shouldn't say easier.
Yeah.
You succeeded at disciplining your mind to understand what clutter looks like and what sentimental looks like and what
Yes.
organization looks like and what clean. So like you've been able to compartmentalize your mental clutter.
Yes.
Okay. So
And I'll admit, like, before I must have gone to stores too and just bought things where 6 months in, I'm already decluttering it.
yeah.
So I'm thinking, oh, great, I used it for 6 months, but then now it's in a bin. Now I have to drop it off. Again, I'm paying for it with my time on junk just because I thought it was cute in the store, just because I was bored and was browsing. I call it bored and browsing.
Okay.
So if you're a person who does have that habit of just shopping because something's cute, something's fun, something's new, or that dopamine thing of like, I just bought something new, don't go to stores like that. Don't browse.
Right.
Use that time to declutter what you already have. You're going to get the same high from it. You're going to get that same enjoyment when you start seeing your home less cluttered than if you just go to the store and browse. I do truly feel like that's the same feeling you're going to get.
Okay. So, okay, then how do you decorate? Like, what do you do?
Like a minimal, like a minimalist. I have a few things out. It's not completely bare, but, like I've always mentioned on my page, I keep my dining table clear. I keep certain tables clear. I don't need a set of something in the middle. If it's cute, and if it's something you enjoy doing, great. For me, we use the table every hour practically. The kids are doing activities, they're doing homework, they're coloring, we're eating. I don't want to use my time to take that thing off and back on and off and back on every time.
Right.
So that's one area I won't decorate and I won't feel bad about it.
Okay, I'm understanding your psychology.
Yeah.
You're very practical.
Yes, very simple.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily not minimalistic, but it's not necessarily bare either.
No,
you're using everything you need. Like you're
Yeah.
taking all of the animals, skin,
Yes.
meat,
Yes.
bones.
Yes. And I don't want to have things out. And if I do have things out, I put it right back.
Yeah.
I take that extra 10 seconds to put it back. If I leave one thing out and then another, by the end of the night, I'm going to look at it and be like, I don't know where to start. I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
Right.
But as I'm moving, I'm always taking something back. I don't leave a room without taking something back to where it belongs. And that all starts with having those systems and routines in place of having a place for everything you're bringing into your home. So
that way
I hope it's helpful.
Yeah. No. It's very helpful, of course. For me, I have a very cluttered mind because it's just I'm thinking about so many things. I'm more like I don't want to use the excuse of I have an artsy brain. It doesn't mean anything. It's just my discipline towards organization or maybe prioritizing organization.
Yeah, that too.
I haven't prioritized the organization like I want to prioritize.
Yeah.
Again, everything's like in its place unorganized. For
And
example.
again, I will say it's probably not an organization thing for you.
Yeah.
It's clutter.
Clutter.
It's you have to take the time to get rid of what you don't need or use, and then as things are emptied out in your cabinets, your drawers, wherever, you're going to find room for the things that are out. You're going to put those away, and every time you use it, you just take that 10 seconds to put it back, and your home will feel like you can breathe.
Right. No.
Like, you have to feel like you are in a home where you can breathe. But if it's all full of stuff, and that's constantly what you're seeing, your mind's going to feel that way too.
Right. Even just having extra stuff on the countertops is it's clutters my mind.
Of course. Now imagine every corner of a home.
Exactly.
So, that's mainly what I've been trying to show on my Instagram page or wherever. And it's the motivation, like, get rid of it. You don't need it. Don't second guess it. If you already have a thought where you're even like hinting at that, like, do I want this? Do I need it? Get rid of it. It has to be really brutal.
It does have to be brutal.
It has to be brutal. It can't be maybe one day. I feel like I hear that all the time. What if I need it one day? Well, if it's junk, you're probably not going to need it. If you outgrew that season of your life where you were maybe into that thing or your kids were or whoever, you're not going to need it. And I'm guaranteeing you can rebuy it.
Anywhere.
I'm not saying it's things that cost thousands of dollars, even a $20 item. Like, if you need it in 5 years, go get a new one.
I am particularly not interested in hoarding stuff. Like, that is not even on my mind. I've left so many things behind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So hoarding is not even what bothers me, as I'm sure other people. What bothers me in my life is how to. I want to know how to do it the right way, and I don't do it the right way. So that's why I'm always seeing the clutter.
Yeah.
Is that
because it gets overwhelming.
Yeah, it does.
It's most people see it as, if I'm going to start decluttering my home, I need days. I need to start getting bins. I need it to be Pinterest perfect. Like, if I'm starting it, then it must get to perfection in like a weekend. That's never going to happen. You're setting yourself up for failure. You're going to do 10 minutes a day, little areas, and make it a habit. Because if you do it in one weekend and you made no habit, that's like saying you ate healthy for the weekend and now you look great. Like, no, it's little changes in the long run where you're going to see it in your home. And you make it a habit. You put things away. You stop bringing unnecessary things in your home and you get rid of your junk.
For sure.
Yeah.
Lately my dad has brought his furniture from his storage, and like I don't have the heart, and he's never gonna wash this, so forget it. I don't have the heart to get rid of it, so I took it in, just because I'm like, dude, he's seeing it, he's like getting nostalgic, he's using me as like a vessel for his nostalgia. And whatever, like, it's not necessarily bothering me, but it's definitely created a little bit more chaos in the flow of things. And so that's why I feel like I've also lost my ability to organize, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Again, it's not an excuse. If it is, then yeah, then it's an excuse I'm willing to overcome and change.
Yeah.
But what do you say about, like, see, that's a sentimental thing too, like other people's sentimental stuff. How do you go over that? So,
Is
like,
it sentimental to you, or are
No.
you just doing because you feel bad
yeah, of course. It's
or
like,
guilty?
yeah, I feel like I want to be there for my dad emotionally some way, somehow. And if that creates some sort of emotional safe house for him when he comes and sees it versus like being dumped,
Yeah.
like he's not living with the idea that he dumped that.
Yeah. That's tough. I don't know, because to me it's you're now having to pay for it again with your time and your space. So
Yeah.
is it something that you need? No. Are you just holding on to it for sentimental value? Is it even usable? Or most of
It's
these things.
usable. I use it. Yes, I use it, but it's definitely, not, I'm not necessarily trying to be like, oh, aesthetically, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Be aesthetically pleasing to the
So
eye.
it's up to you in that sense, because you're now doing it out of guilt, not because you want to.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
to me, I
because-
don't feel guilt like that. I mean, I've literally said it, and I've said it on my page too. I have decluttered something my kids got within a week.
I literally.
I don't care.
It was her son's birthday, and then a week later, it's like, okay, now time to declutter his.
Like, it's not, yeah, no, even the gifts, like, I tell people, ask
Yeah.
me or tell me if you're buying something, because they won't play with certain things. Don't waste your time. Don't waste my time. Don't waste your money. But
Communication like that is
yeah,
so
I'm like, I
important
tell my
amongst
cousins and my
parents.
family people, like, let me know. I'll tell you what they're into and what they're not. And I would want someone to tell me for their kids. But I leave it out. They play with it for days and days. I'll be like, great, they love this thing. They'll play with it. I'll keep it. It might even make it through so many decluttering sessions because I see they play with it. We got value out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have something, I don't care who gave it. I don't care how much it cost. I don't care if we got it last week. If they are not even looking its way, why am I holding on to it for one day to magically for them to be interested in it? Well,
Yeah.
they're constantly getting new things. They're not going to remember that thing.
So, for example, Gregory got a guitar, right?
Yeah.
Why is it that that's something that's not getting decluttered?
Well, my husband wants to learn. He says he practices with that guitar.
That's cute.
We're
Well, like,
hoping
if nobody touched it, you would have gotten
Yeah.
rid of the guitar?
I would try to.
Okay.
We're hoping one day he does want to take some lessons. And you know what? It's not out in the middle of anywhere. It's nicely put somewhere in the garage where we have the space for it. If it was a problem and it's taking up room that I need and I have things that I could have used that space for, it would have been gone. But because it's not bothering us right now, I don't feel the need to get rid of it in case him or her wants to take lessons
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah.
Those are things where I'm like, okay, we can hold on to it for a little bit. But we had soccer gear. He took soccer lessons for a few months, did not like it, did not enjoy it. Some stuff was untouched, but it was gone.
You have like absolutely no emotional tie to these items that you get rid of.
Most part,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
For the most part, no. I just think of it as things.
They are things. That's the healthiest way to
Yeah.
look at it, to be honest with you. And that's something that needs to be addressed. Some people, like myself, don't have a healthy approach to that. Like, oh, I'm like trying to mitigate my dad's emotional
Yeah.
damage through placing a piece of furniture in my home.
Yeah.
Versus,
And I think there's room for that for like
Yeah.
a few items.
Yeah.
It can't be all of it. Like, I don't want all of everyone's things. I don't want my own things. I don't want other people's things. So there's...
Okay, you say that. Like, just, you're not in the mic. I can, it's like, I don't know how to sign language, but thanks.
Yeah,
Sorry
I
about that.
definitely think it's a mindset. It has to be a mindset. Like I was saying earlier, I also used to go browse stores when I would be bored. I also used to walk around like the TJ Maxx's, the Marshalls, whatever, and be like, that's cute. This is cute. Let me get this.
Yeah.
Let me try this. I would bring it home. It was cute for a little while, but then what? Wasted money, wasted time, just for something that now I'm trying to think within a few months, I don't like it as much. Let me get rid of it. So then I'm spending all my time trying to figure it out. So now when I go into those stores, if I need something and truly just need something, I'll get that thing. I might even put something in the cart. But as I'm walking, I'm like, oh, you know what? That's junk. That's just junk. And I've trained my mind to see everything as clutter unless we absolutely need it. Like my kids need clothes, I'm going to get clothes. They need shoes, they need food, they need all these things, of course. But a plant, like a fake plant, what am I going to do with that?
Yeah. So is it safe to say that opulence or extravagance something that can irritate you?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so you want to live in decluttered version of your reality, right? So when you go into clutter,
Yeah.
like what do you, because that could be looked at as clutter too, like living too extravagantly with too many things everywhere. So is that like something that triggers you, or you're just
In someone
unbothered?
else's home?
Anywhere else? No.
No, other people's homes aren't going to bother me because I'm not the one living there.
Yeah.
I'm not the one dealing with that. That's not my mental thing.
She's like, that's not my problem.
That's not my problem. Unless you want me to help you, I'm more than happy to help you, and I will tell you honestly what the problem is. I don't mind, but it's not my thing because I could come help somebody.
It's a side hustle now.
I could come help somebody to help clean their whole house, right? Like declutter everything, organize everything. But if you yourself, who lives there daily, isn't the one implementing the habit, it's going to go back to it within a few months.
Right.
Your house is going to look the same within a few months. So it's you who needs to decide what's important. Some people might be totally fine with that clutter. I can't do anything in my home to relax if I see things are out. Every night, everything is put back, everything is cleaned out, wiped down, and then I'm going to sit and relax. And the reason it doesn't take me that long to do is because I've simplified my home and my routines.
I love that. So Gayan is not necessarily saying anything about what you have in your home. This is what I'm understanding what you're saying. Yeah. What you're saying to us is, hey, simplify your life so that way you can get to the things that truly matter. So that way you're not blocking your blessings with your mind being cluttered. You're not unavailable for your children because you're doing chores. You know, you're able to focus on other things that are important in your life, and that's just minimizing the things that are around you. Because at the end of the day, what are you going to pick up when you run out of the house? Your jewels, which is your children.
Your children. Yeah.
Even though we get pissed off at them and say stuff.
Yeah. No, I've also gotten the whole like, your home's never messy. My home is messy. My home gets messy.
Okay, first
because
of all,
we live there and we have 2 children and a dog. My home gets messy.
Your idea of messy is so...
I understand, but like, I clean it up really quickly because it's easy to clean up. Because if I know, like they say, you do your quickest cleaning when you're expecting an unexpected guest.
Yeah.
Like someone called and they're on their way.
They're behind the door.
It's easy for me to put everything back. Everything has a place. I've taught the children, like, these are where your toys go. They don't just get dumped into one giant bin. They each have a place. Everything goes back to normal within a few minutes, whether it's 20 minutes, whatever. And the house does look clean. But if we're living in it, it's messy. And I do show that part sometimes where I'm like, here, guys, like, this is where a family of 4 and a dog live. Mm-hmm. It's not always going to be clean. I'm not mad that it's not always clean. It's the habit and the routine.
Yes.
It's the habit and the routine. The beds need to be made every morning. Clothes and shoes get put back exactly where they were. We don't just toss shoes all around the house. Purse, jacket. You walk in. How long does it really, truly take to open a closet and hang it?
Well, that's something that we need to ask our kids because I find myself repeating myself.
I do too.
A lot, but then we have to because they're not built the way we're built, and we have to repeat until they learned. But I don't know. I know some adults that still haven't learned. I'm still one of them.
I know, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I want to tell people it's really not that hard to... It might be hard for the shopping, like the person who loves to shop. I get that. I'm not that person, so I can't understand it. So I understand if, like, you're having a hard time not buying all the trendy stuff and, like, you feel like, okay, this person has something, so I must have it.
Competing.
If that's your mindset, like, this is cute, I must have it. I need to change something for every season, whatever it is.
Instagram needs an update.
Well, I could go on about what social media does to moms.
Go ahead.
I could definitely, and that's based on what I've always talked to people in DMs.
Let's talk about that real quick. Let's go off on a tad bit of a tangent.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I feel like most moms feel like the stuff they're seeing on social media is making them feel bad about what they're doing.
Okay.
And I've always tried to share when I was doing a lot more of the mom stuff. This is real life. Kids are jerks. Having a baby is hard. You know, these are all hard times. And if you're watching stories or videos, photos, whatever, of everything beautifully curated for Instagram, you're going to feel bad about yourself. You're going to feel like you're not doing enough. Something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with your family. And that's not true, because to each their own, they're choosing to share that. That's great. That's their page. That's lovely. Some people want to go on social media and only do positive things.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you, like, hey, this is real life. This is behind the scenes, and it's not perfect. It's tough.
Right.
And I feel so bad because I hear from the moms who DM me, like, thank you for showing this part, because now I don't feel as bad. Or, oh my God, I didn't know other kids do this. Of course they do. All kids do pretty much everything. And
they're so well behaved around other adults, though.
Yeah, no, it's the DMs of like, oh, we didn't know, like, we felt so bad for ourselves. I'm like, don't feel bad. Like, don't feel bad. This is what kids do. I'm going to tell you, this is what kids do. Every day is a struggle with them. Every day is a fight with something. And I'm not going to just portray this, like, picture perfect lifestyle.
Right. I mean, after all, we're on Bad Moms.
Yeah.
No, it's a matter of understanding yourself as a mother too, because we got thrown into the role. One day we were girls and the next morning we were moms. Yeah. You know, it's like, okay, no matter how many eyewitnesses you have about motherhood, it's still not going to be the same thing until you experience it yourself.
Yeah.
You know, learning from others is experience.
Yeah, but I feel like this day and age, it's like the social media makes people feel they either have to compete, they either have... I don't know.
But I don't think it's a this day and age thing. I think it's just always been the nature of humankind.
But we're seeing it more.
Right.
Imagine you're having a bad day already because something's wrong, like at home with your kids and they're acting out. And then you go on and you're scrolling and everything is such a beautiful picture. Well, those beautiful pictures, pretty much 100% of them was a mom screaming at her kids to smile, to sit there, to stay still or something. It's not just the beautiful pictures and videos. There's real people behind there. And I feel like some people aren't understanding that or I don't know. And I've always wanted to say, like, hey, guys, it's tough all around.
I mean, my algorithm is mostly about, like, trans agenda and stuff. So I really don't see those
I don't think mine is that.
I see weird posts. Oh, okay, man. But the point is that parents are in each other's lives. They see what each other... they're doing, and they want to stay afloat, really. Yeah. And so that competition is not even like, they don't even want to do this.
No.
They want to do what you're doing.
Enjoying my home.
Yeah, enjoying your home.
Yeah. How
do you feel about company in the home? You know?
I love having people over. To a certain degree, of course. No, I love having people over. I enjoy being home.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, like that whole home, like I've created a home I'm enjoying. I'm not escaping. I'm not looking at my stuff and being like, this is too much, I need to get out. I'm happy to be home. I'm happy to have people over. I love, like, the summertime, the backyard, the pool parties. Doesn't matter. I will host all the kids. And I'm very much have fun. Be a kid. Make the mess. Take the toys out. When parents are like, oh, no, they're kids. Let them have fun. Let them do what they're doing. As long as they're well-behaved, they're doing kid things. Be in the home. I prefer that than being out.
Yeah.
I want my kids to enjoy having people over, kids their age, playing and having fun. I'll clean it up later. So in that moment, it's everybody have fun. So I'm not worried about the messes.
It's a structure, yeah.
My mind isn't that thing where it's like, don't touch this, don't move this. No.
You've just learned how to structure the chaos.
Yeah. It's chaos all the time. From morning to night, it's chaos in our house. But as long as the home feels serene after.
You're right.
Yeah.
The home is peaceful.
Yeah, the home is peaceful.
We're crazy, but the home is peaceful.
Now imagine if you're crazy and your home's messy, crazy and all this. Yeah.
Oh, it's like...
It's a lot.
It's hell.
It's a lot. And it all falls on the moms, let's be honest.
Yeah.
My husband's very helpful. He's not a cluttered person. He's not all that, but he's at work most of the time. And it's up to me to structure the home. And I do believe it comes from the woman. The rules and the routines you implement, your husband and your kids are going to adapt.
You just got to be so strict with it.
Yeah, well, we try. Kids don't listen.
I mean, strict with it meaning like, again, disciplined with it, not necessarily wavering. See, I'm very strict with certain things. They're like deeper principles, but then with these kind of things, I can't do it the right way where we have a structure. I feel like a one-wheel wagon just going around in a circle. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
And I have boys, teen, prepubescent.
Yeah, I think my boy is the biggest struggle too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm on his case a lot. And I want him to learn to pick up after himself. No one's going to do it.
Helpful.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah. That's our battle every day, you know. How hard is it to put your shoes back in the closet every day? How hard is it to take your plate to the sink? Like, these are things he just needs to learn to do, and he's learning. He's getting there.
I've asked ChatGPT to create a structure for me, actually. Schedule, chore schedule, whatever schedule, homework schedule. I don't do schedules.
I don't do schedules
I
either.
don't know how to do
Not
it.
like that.
Yeah.
No.
I don't, but I'm like, maybe I should.
If your brain doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, like, I can't do schedules of, this is my cleaning schedule, this is this.
Yeah.
I mean, routine's great. Like, this is homework time, this is dinner time. Like, we stick to those.
Blocks, you're saying?
Yeah, like,
Okay.
I could do that, but I'm not gonna, I can't even meal plan.
Yeah.
I attempted that, just like you're saying schedules. I can't meal plan. I will open the fridge, and in that moment is when I will decide what we're eating.
Okay.
So
Everything
I don't know.
is set. Everything is structured for you. That's the best word that I could use.
Yeah,
Like you're plug and play.
yeah. I think so.
Amazing.
And I think that's why I'm trying to teach maybe or encourage or motivate, where I'm like, these are simple things, you know, if it helps one person, if you walk into a store and it helped you to not buy something to bring in and you said, you know what, that looks like it's gonna end up as clutter, let me not get it, great, like I'll keep sharing it.
So like when you go to a store, just do a mental checklist. Is this clutter? Is this not clutter?
Yeah, because I used to buy stuff, not to like a crazy extent, but I used to buy stuff and then I bring it home and I'm like, why did I buy this?
What about things we can't buy, like people? Are people cluttering your life as well?
Yeah.
And not yours.
No, I know what you mean.
In general,
Yeah.
you know. Oh,
It's the same thing. Like, if you think about that whole thing, does it bring you joy? Where they say, like, for items, does a person bring you joy too? And if you're mentally drained every time you hang out with someone or talk to someone, it's the same thing as an item, right? In the sense. If that thing is draining your energy and your mind, people can do the same thing.
Everything's either a conductor of energy, you know, or it's a conduit, or it's never going to block it. It's just, what kind of conduit is it? Is it going to make you frazzled? Is it going to be, you know, directed?
Yeah.
So your energy with people, you're right. Like, am I feeling joyful? I want to reframe the question. So it's not that they bring me joy, but am I
leaving the
joyful?
conversation?
Yeah.
Am I leaving the hanging out part in a good mood, or was it like, oh, that was so, like
So
something?
glad to be home now.
Yeah. And there are people, again, there are great people, wonderful people. But yes, you can distance yourself if you're finding that you're dreading maybe hanging out with them. Maybe, I don't know how to explain it, just because, like, I already keep my circle really, really small. And I don't have energy to make it like this group and that group and this group. I don't do all that. So some people thrive on that. Some people truly thrive on that. I can't be that person. I'm the homebody. I'm happy to be in my home and have a few close people over or see a few close people here and there.
See, I like hanging out with people. I do. But I also like hanging out with like-minded people, and like-minded doesn't mean we have to all like the same thing. No, like-minded means our principles are the same on the very bottom line, you know. So like Christian has never watched Game of Thrones. What?
I haven't.
Like Lord of the Rings. I mean, you have.
I haven't.
But like we get along. Like you know, Christian's a ride or die, for example. Like he's the type of person that I would think is on my team.
Yeah.
You know, And that's the kind of relationship I want to have. Like, is this person on my team? So then that's how I kind of declutter.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because I always say, like, you'll sense someone's energy as far as if you share good news, watch people.
Right.
Watch people and see how they react. You know, not everybody wants to hear the good news from you. People want to know your problems.
They don't even want to hear from God.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The good news.
But there's a lot of people that don't want you to do better than them. They're fine hanging out, they're fine doing it, but they don't want you to do better than them. And you will sense that the minute you share good news.
How do you deal with that when you experience that?
I don't know if I have in a long time.
The last time you have, you just...
I don't know, I've cut out people very quickly. Years and years and years of friendships, but if you do one thing where it's malicious and there is that thing in there where it wasn't a mistake, I have zero interest to make it work.
She's like, samurai.
Yeah, like, I'm done. I don't care if it's 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. You had that intent of doing something not so good. Why am I going to hear you out at this point?
Zero.
I won't even text like literally ghost years of friendship. I would like, I'm done. Why would I allow myself?
The Scorpio in you.
It has to be the Scorpio in me. It has to be.
I'm a 0-degree Scorpio, so I know. And it's all demonic talk. I know. Whatever.
Yeah.
We just use
like to me, my mental space is very important, as you can tell, whether it's physical or emotional. I don't want to deal with anyone's negativity. I don't want to know what anyone's doing. It does not concern me.
Yeah.
I don't care who you went. I don't care where you went, who you're with. You know that whole like the FOMO thing? No.
Who you
exactly.
are.
Like I don't want to be part of anyone's negative energy, nor do I want to be aware of what anyone's doing. And I live the life of this is my home. These are my few people, and I'm happy as is. Very content.
Right. And that's the only way to really attain peace. Like, where you're not entertaining negative energy, small talk, rumors, gossip.
Yep.
Just chilling, dude. Like...
Yeah. I'm very happy for whoever and whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
But I would expect the same. Like, I would expect the same. But not everyone is like that.
Yeah.
So if you sense that in people, you kind of have to... distance yourself.
I always say this, Gayan, because when it's not necessarily that you're sensing anything from them. What you're doing is you're sensing yourself.
Yeah.
And your energy is being heightened or lowered around people. So I want to, as the coach, I want to reframe that it's not their vibe, it's not their energy, it's your energy with their presence.
Yeah.
Okay, so then even if you can regulate your energy in the presence of company that you don't want to keep, that doesn't mean that you're going to be continuing relationships with that person. That doesn't mean that you're going to be giving energy. You just regulate your energy. I think it's important to be able to do that, so that way you're going to confront so many people who is going to spike your energy.
Yeah.
So you just need to really regulate it, and you regulated it by creating serene home, serene mind, serene space, so you're able to have relationships that matter.
Yep. I definitely I'm 100% content with everything we do. We are me, my husband, whoever, we're just happy to do our daily things with our kids. We don't concern ourselves with what others are doing or feel like there's any competition, did you see this? Did you hear that? I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want, again, as clutter-free as my home is, now imagine that in people too. I don't need your clutter, your stories, your life, your who and where and what. Like, I'm fine. I'm at max dealing with my own kids, my own family. So,
and you might not even be at max per se. You just don't. Why are you going to extend to the max your energy?
That's true.
For anything else you don't want to? Why going to extend it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like your lifestyle keeps you peaceful. Not that you're not ever having anger or
no, not at all. I'm just not. Again,
peaceful.
it's for me. Like based on, again, my home. I'm not buying things, like I said, to impress anyone or to, why don't I have this and why does that person? I don't care. If you walk into my house and you say, oh, everything looks bare, great, like that's what I enjoy. If I wear the same type of outfits because I don't care what the trends are that year, I'm fully happy with it.
Oh my God, I feel like a Simpsons character sometime.
What?
I'm literally just in the same outfits,
Yeah.
same bag I carry to the wedding, backyard parties, funerals, engagements.
And I bet no one really,
Podcasts.
no one's really concerned because more people think about themselves than others. So they're not remembering what you wore.
No one cares.
No one cares.
Yeah.
I'm happy with, again, that capsule wardrobe, as they call it.
Yeah.
It's the very few things I'm always going to reach for. Everything matches each other. But that's what you said earlier about priorities. Some people love fashion.
Yeah.
Like, that's where they're going to excel. That's where they're going to want to,
Have
shop
variety.
and bring things in. That's great, but don't do it to every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
If you're using up your space in your home for fashion because that's truly something you enjoy, not because you have to for others, then yeah, take up that space. I'm not saying declutter everything you love. But for me, I do not care about clothes like that.
But clutter, from your explanation, are things that you don't use, taking up space
exactly.
that you could need or just like not visually be be aesthetic for you. So clutter doesn't need to have a category. It just needs to be something that you don't need.
Exactly.
Or are using.
Yeah. So again, back to clothes.
Yeah.
Someone who wants to change up their outfits every season, great. Like, that's awesome. Do that. But don't do it in every aspect and then feel overwhelmed in your own home. Some people don't feel overwhelmed. Yeah. Like, if you don't feel, someone might come to my home and be like underwhelmed.
Yeah.
And go, how do you live like this? Where's where is everything? Where is all this? But I feel great in my home. Which is what I said. I don't care how I feel in your home because I'm going to leave your home. So if you're happy in your home, who am I to say what you have to do?
Right.
Now, I'll share the tips online and I'll share the motivation to whoever wants it. If you don't want it, keep scrolling, as they say. Don't follow it.
Yeah.
So
everyone wants your
I don't know.
advice about how to declutter.
Yeah.
I mean, it helps you, honest to God.
It does.
One drawer at a time. I know the feeling.
Have you decluttered something and then gone back to look at that space and felt like...
Not only me, I invite a crowd.
Like, get it, come here, come see. I do that too, though. I'll call
hey,
my
everyone,
husband in.
come here now.
Yeah.
I decluttered these 2 drawers.
No one touch it.
Yeah.
No one use it for a few months.
No, I'm like, clap for me now, please.
Yeah.
I did something profound.
Yeah.
No, it's very energetically opens the blockages.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's not just stuff. It's your own heart health. It's your own heart
Absolutely.
health. Mind health.
Yeah. And I will remind people, I'll remind them here, if you're not happy with it, you can change it. Like, you just have to do it, get started, have that mindset, and do it little by little. No one's going to come and, hold your hand through it. If you really want the end result, you have to implement those routines. Mm-hmm. Same thing as I said about weight loss. You're not magically going to wake up one day over eating healthy one weekend and working out. You got to do it for months, and then you get into the habit. And then you get into the routines, and then your home is going to feel very
But we
calm.
have Ozempic. Why would I do all that?
About that. What's the Ozempic for clean, clutter-free home?
Please don't use Ozempic if you want to use it for weight loss. You guys, people are getting pancreatic problems, maybe even cancers. It's really bad. Like, it's diabetic medicine. Come on. What do you think's happening?
I don't know.
People are lazy. I'm sorry. You're lazy. I'm so sorry that you got offended at that, but this is something that you could work on. Now that you know you're lazy, you could work on it.
Yeah.
And I'm not, look, what if they're very overweight? Well, you're lazy as a very overweight person too. We can get into the psychology behind that as well. So you don't need to do that. Just take the hard work. Take the road to heaven is straight and narrow.
Yeah.
There's only one way to go, and that's really just straight and through the narrow path, through the eye of a needle. No one said it was going to be easy. Nobody said it was easy. Why am I going into music?
I don't know. Were you guys listening to a lot of music in the car?
No, it's in my head.
Oh.
In your
But yeah,
head?
it's just, again, it's whoever wants the advice, take it. If you're happy in your home and you're content, Instagram probably. I do some TikTok stuff, which is more like chill, fun things, but definitely through Instagram is where I'm trying to share behind the scenes on stories while I'm cleaning and decluttering, and tips and motivation, everything on Instagram.
My vision, and we're going to have to call it a night soon, but my vision for the women that I bring onto the show on Bad Moms is to help or not, like, is to create a community of women who have a specialty.
Yeah.
And I want each woman to be the coach of that specialty so that everybody can learn from one another. It's ultimately all the same thing, but you have the technique that I don't have, and I have the technique that you don't have.
Absolutely.
And so we learn from each other, we grow, we provide network for each other. And so if you are looking for some sound advice, some straightforwardness, she's not going to hold back.
No.
All right? She's gonna
I will come into your house if you ask me.
Yeah.
And I have done that.
Yeah.
I have gone and helped others.
She's going to come to my house.
I'm going to, we should record all that.
She's already seen what she's going to throw away at my house. She's already organized.
You know what? Kick the whole family out because no one's going to be happy with me when they come home and all their stuff's gone.
She's like, forget you. You live in my house now. Look at me. All right.
Nightly calls. Did you put everything away before you go sit down?
The checklist.
Yeah.
Oh,
it will be easier though.
Something's got to change for things to things to change. Otherwise, you're gonna be in this circle of the abyss.
Yeah, and I feel that in my mind when the house starts getting cluttered. I'm like, something's going wrong. Like everyone's getting on my nerves, and then I'm like, it's not everyone. It's the stuff.
God, you're right.
It's not everyone who's getting on my nerves. My kids have been the same way, but the home looks messy to me. So I'm like, I need to put these things away, and then everyone will start not getting on my nerves.
Core math will be so much easier to teach when we ain't looking at the dishes or the sinks. Like, okay, well, is there something that we didn't talk about that you want to share before we, go to home to our families?
No, take 10 minutes to declutter something tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll give you the rest of the night to relax, but tomorrow, 10 minutes, put some things away.
All right. I like this. And if you have little bite-sized videos that you can share with us on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You have, actually. You have. But like maybe some new content about decluttering that you haven't done.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah.
Everyone can send ideas of what they want. I do. I ask people, what do they want to see? And a lot of them did say the behind the scenes. So,
yeah. I was going to say, do a recording of someone's...
Yeah. We'll do your house next.
Because your house is not cluttered enough to be decluttered.
I do. I just did Gregory's whole room.
You did Lego pieces. That doesn't count.
The kid has paper and pencils and rocks and sticks. Every day he brings something home. Every day.
Gregory's a genius. That's
but we'll definitely do your house next.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much.
Right.
You guys, follow Gayan on Instagram. It's Home Serenity.
home.serenity.gb.
Yes.
All the names were taken. That took me a while.
No, I'll post the link, of course, under the videos. And follow her, seek her advice, seek her counsel. You're not in this alone. Your mind is just cluttered. She can help you declutter that too, with the physical decluttering.
Yeah.
I can help you declutter your mind. Actually, I'm the one for that one.
I'll do the house. You can do the mind. But with the house, definitely will make the mind clutter-free.
1,000%.
You'll feel more relaxed daily.
I like your 10 minutes a day thing.
10 minutes a day, one small drawer.
I have a challenge for everyone watching. If you do a 10-minute a day cleanup, post a before and after and tag Gayan and me in it, please. Because that'd be cool.
You should do like the challenge. I see those online all the time.
Do it.
Yeah. I have to think of all of that to challenge a day. Okay.
We're holding you accountable for us.
Okay, I did that once. I did start the page by like having a Sunday challenge. It's on the stories. If anyone goes back, there's a Sunday challenge where every Sunday I reminded people how and what to clean that day.
Let's do that again.
I got to bring that back. It's been a year.
Yeah, redo it. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, we're going to be joined next week by, I don't know who. I don't have a guest yet. But the other two Mondays are full. We'll figure it out. Join us next Monday for Bad Moms, 7 p.m. Thank you so much, Christian, for your service. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me here.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Upward, 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 upward. let it drop.